Ooh, now this is an argument. New York, Florida, listen up. Actually, it doesn't matter what state you live in. You need to hear this argument. Check it out.
I just have a question for all the rich New Yorkers that are acting like little b****s and moving to Fort Lauderdale.
This should be good.
You can't handle a 2% increase in your personal taxes.
Maybe it's not so much that they can't handle it as much as they don't want to.
2%! 2%!
First of all, this assumes that a 2% increase in tax is the only effect that's going to happen on their income, which it's not. Right now, if you live in New York City and you make $1 million a year, you're being taxed at nearly 52%. Your $1 million is broken down like so. $310K to the feds, $100K to Medicare, $75,000 to New York state tax, $38,000 to a New York City tax, leaving you with $523,760 of liability, 52%. $1 million salary minus $523,760 in liability leaves you with this at the end of the year, $476,240. An additional 2% off of $1 million will be $20K. 456 is the new number. Divide that by the original number and you get that number, which means that an additional 2% tax on $1 million would take nearly 10% of your take-home pay away. It's just 2%. Let's go back to the original math. If you move from New York City to Fort Lauderdale, which apparently makes you a B, all this is gone. That's $75K in your pocket plus $38,760, plus the additional 20% they want to steal. So by moving to Fort Lauderdale and no state income tax, Florida, you would keep an additional $133,760 of your annual income. That difference in taxes would leave you with an additional $11,146 a month. According to some real estate sites, a mid-range 3-bedroom apartment in New York City is about $4,800 a month, whereas a 3-bedroom house in Fort Lauderdale is about $3,500. That's $1,300 less. Now, obviously, these numbers are estimates, but that's about the average. So if you took the original apartment rent that you paid in New York City, plus the tax liability you would save by moving to Fort Lauderdale, you could rent this. 7-bed, 5.5-bath, nearly 5,000 square foot house with a pool. Pretty sure you can't get a 5.5 for $15K a month in New York City. Oh yeah, and by the way, you could afford this for the exact same amount of money that you pay for rent in New York City simply by moving to Fort Lauderdale. Oh, and by the way, the violent crime rate in New York City is 63% higher than Fort Lauderdale because we can carry.
Thanks for that, Bobby Sauce. So if you are looking to make the move to Florida, I would love for you to reach out in the comments below. Just say help, and I will reach out to you personally, not some AI, and let's talk. Let's build a relationship. I would love to earn your trust and help you make that move to Florida. Hope to hear from you soon.